Hello, this is Sabrina from Piedra Luna Tarot 808 with the zodiac reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as for the collective house number 2, which is our house of our relationship to money, to our relationship to others as well, that bring comfort into our life. It is also an energy of the Empress of producing abundance through working on a skill, on dedication and discipline, of course. And for this energy, so just like the other zodiac readings, they're not only for Sun, Moon, and Rising of that sign, but they're also for the collective, because all of the different houses, we all get an influence of all of the different houses, regardless of our sun sign, regardless of our rising sign or moon or Venus. There's an influence of all the planets and all the zodiac signs in our lives, as well as in the collective. So for Taurus, which is great news because it's our relationship to money, our comfort, the tangible, how we use our talents to create comfort. So it does have to do with the workplace again, and specifically our dedication, our energy, and our discipline, how that manifests into reality. It's also a conjunction of very interesting conjunction, which we'll see, or energy that I'm feeling, which is about actually visualizing, especially for tomorrow. Tomorrow, there's today is the full moon in Virgo, but tomorrow the Jupiter is going to be the closest it ever is in 59 years to the Earth, and Jupiter is a great benefactor. It's the planet of home runs, of putting a little effort in, and it giving us great returns, or actually reaping great rewards, just like a home run, or just betting just a tiny bit of money on something, and just being an underdog where you bet at, and you hit jackpot. So that's the energy that I have for the collective for Taurus, which we're going to see in the cards. So diving into that, it's an energy tomorrow especially of visualizing what we want to manifest, the future that we want. And also, if you already started planting the seeds of what you want, especially here with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun, this is of course like planting, of putting already the seed, although it's in reverse, on the ground, and actually it already being time, and that you did it in a very fruitful time when it was sunny, or and not because you were thinking about doing it in the best astrological time, but you actually did, or whatever endeavor that you had this time, or that you're waiting for, you're actually gonna reap great rewards. The sun along with Jupiter are gonna give a lot of jackpots to a lot of people. So this is about visualizing what we want, the sunny future that we want, and starting to work on that. And we want to work on that because the Taurus energy is bringing us back into reminiscence of the past. So we're also feeling that in possibly you Taurus, if you're an 80s baby, or or maybe not even an 80s baby, you're just a Taurus and you're embracing the fashion of the 80s, you're embracing certain comforts, or if you were brought up in the 80s like myself, you're really enjoying all this vintage stuff that's coming up from the 80s, the 90s, which is giving you like this sense of, and I think for a lot of people, and that's because of why it's manifesting in the collective, of thinking into the past of a better time where things seem a bit more simple, especially not right in the 70s, but in the 80s when things were looking better, we're looking up. Or this is just you reminiscent, or us as the collective, being reminiscent of what feels like comfort, what feels like joy, and possibly using our past experiences from our childhood for such examples of what we want to plant and bring into our future, probably bring into our families, who we want to unite with, what ideas we want to marry to, even romantic in that sense of starting a family. So you could have all those ideals of legacy, of where you're living behind, and also taking from your past examples of the things that you want to bring back into the future, that gave you security, like a security blanket or a comfort. So maybe you're bringing back toys from your past, or a certain type of, I don't know, something that reminds you of your childhood bedroom even. That would be for some. But there's also, during this time, there's a cautionary warning that for the Libra season, which is starting right now until about the 22nd of October, that there's great opportunities actually to reap the rewards for the things that you have planted, but also beware. There's going to be people on the way, or there's going to be like temptation on the way that is going to want to kick you out of that energy, that you want to bring a good vibe to your life, a good vibe to your surroundings. But there's going to be temptation from lower energies, or from people around you that are seeing you too happy maybe, or too optimistic about the future, too optimistic about whatever. You're generally an optimistic person, and you're going to find people on the way that are going to want to egg you out, to get you out of that, like to get you into their chaos. And they're going to come in with the devil, with whatever temptations are particular to your life, be it, and that could even mean like getting you out of your cool and calm and collected mindset, and to getting angry, or into reacting for something that you shouldn't be reacting. So just be careful of that, because that could be an energy that could obstruct you actually hitting this home run, or us hitting a home run, because like energies are aligning really well, especially for tomorrow. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, this tarot actually is the After Tarot. So it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith traditional tarot, but with a reimagining of what would happen in the future. So that's why the Five of Wands doesn't show people actually fighting. They're actually resting, and this man is actually leading the group. So it's actually a practice time. So with the Queen of Pentacles, it is a reminder for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and as well for the collective on our way. That is anything that is related to money, that is related to our finances, that is related to contracts. Just be calm, and don't let anybody get you into their chaos. Knowing where you stand, like the Queen of Pentacles is always a very calm energy, because she knows she's got all her resources covered, and also she knows she's the maker of the resources. So even if all her resources were to disappear, she's the money maker. She's the creator of abundance. She's the creator of comfort, because of the skills that she has, because of skills that have taken her time and years. So she's got the experience that no one can take away from her. So she can be in this is of course a feminine or male energy, but then you can be comfortable in knowing that the universe always blesses you, and your skills are always going to feed you, in case you might be concerned about that a bit, or that you might be experiencing competition. Maybe you're trying to get you're applying for a new job, or you're applying for any kind of a loan, a project, and you feel that there's possibly competition. Don't let those people that you might be in competition with, or might be in chaos around you, drag you into the chaos. Stay calm, like the Kuan Yin kind of energy, where she's the calmness in the storm, because that's how you're going to reap the rewards. That's how you're going to align with what you want to get. That's how you're going to feel comfortable and peaceful, which is of course what we all want, but especially a Taurus energy, to be in peace and comfort, and not to get into conflict. With the King of Cups, it is a calling to be more compassionate if possible, to see people from a point of compassion, even those that you see are in chaos, to see it from a distant vantage point. And there's also another message for you, Taurus, and Sun, Moon, and Rising, or the collective as well, that not to fret here with the Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Ten of Wands in the reverse, not to fret if things are not happening as quickly as you wanted them to happen, a project, your job application, or that you feel you're in competition for something, or if things are not getting sorted out, maybe in your family life very quickly. I mean, don't worry, because actually there's good energies coming in these, and they're coming in with a bit of uncertainty. So it's an actually interesting energy in the sense that by extending yourself a bit out of your comfort zone, by being more compassionate and seeing even those that are in conflict as people that are unawakened, and extending a bit of patience to them and compassion, is actually going to get you in the place where you need to be. And it's actually, and this that you're going to do, and you're going to do unconditionally, it's actually going to put you in the right vibration, in the right spot, in the right place, to reap the rewards during this uncertain times. But actually these uncertain times have great power, especially for tomorrow, what we visualize, what we work on, the things that we plant. And this is not like in an intense, or in not in an angry way, not in an intense way. So actually the practice that you're going to get during this Libra season, starting tomorrow, or especially because of Jupiter expanding all the energy, is that your practice with how you behave, with the conflicts that might be around you, that might not have to do with your project, or might have to do with your project, are actually what is going to make you the winner of what you're trying to achieve, or to the place that you want to get. And that this uncertainty actually, and you being calm and not getting on there's actually going to be two currents of energy, I feel, for the Libra season. One is going to be of reaping great rewards, of actually being in the right place in the right time. And another one is going to be of chaos, of people wanting to look for conflict. And of course, that's very understandable. But it is a calling to align to that energy of let go, and not to put that much confrontation with the obstacles, to try to go around them. And if that might mean, of course, that doesn't mean to take any abuse, but if you see people are acting out or triggered, just take a step back and try to not to engage in that, because it might affect you negatively on what you want to achieve one way or another. And of course, that in general makes a lot of sense. But this time, there's a great energy with the Magician and the Fool, of actually, by you having that practice of how to manage people during conflictive times, that's going to be actually the key to get you where you want to get, and to open the doors to that new beginning that you want to get, which is kind of like a home run, or something that you really wish to have. It's not like, it could be for some a priority, but it's like a place of comfort that you said, like you've been telling yourself, I would really love that because it will be really comfortable. Be it a work situation, be it a project, maybe be it a side business, or maybe it is, I don't know, you want to rent a new place, you want to buy a new home, something that has to do with the tangible, with your work, with your finances, the way you make a coin, or even you might be bidding in an auction for something that is comfortable, something vintage, something that reminds you of the past, and actually applying this energy that I'm telling you is going to get you where you want to get, where you're going to be able to actually canalize the energy from Jupiter as the great benefactor, and with what you visualize that you want to manifest in your life, and visualize in a very positive way that everything's going to align in the right way, because you're going to feel like synchronicities during the Libra season, and that positivity and that lightness even. Maybe it's even a calling to look for fun, look for things from the past to make you remind you of calmer times, of more colorful times, or more fun times, whatever that place might be. Just even if it's an object. I mean, by that I don't mean like spend a lot of money, but maybe you find it in a garage sale, maybe on eBay or something like that. But aligning with that energy that yes, you can bring what you want into your life, and that with calmness, with patience, and with that full positivity that it is possible because you have been able to manifest things before, and not out of a whim. Of course, Taurus does not manifest out of a whim, but because of your hard work, because of your dedication, because of analyzing where you want to get. But especially because whenever you start a project, Taurus, and Taurus, you're a great achiever of things, is because you have two amazing energies. You can visualize the dream that you want, and you also have the energy and the discipline. Most of all, you have the discipline to achieve that dream day by day, month by month, year by year, and that's where makes you become a great skilled person in your field or whatever you apply yourself to. And let's see how much. Those are 16 minutes. I have, let's see if there's any more messages. I think that would be for you. No, I do have more messages for you. That's not true. There's more messages for you, Taurus. So I'm gonna, should I cut it? Should I keep it? No, I'm gonna continue. Let's see. The next energies we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, on regards to so that could also, what I said just before, that could also apply if you're trying to apply for a job. I just got that message. If you're trying to apply for a job and you happen to connect with the person that's going to give you the application, the interview, and that's giving you the interview or whatever with the person that you're signing the contract, there might be an opportunity for a connection between the two of you, or with something from the past, like a childhood memory or something like that, that is actually going to get you in an even better position, because you're seen by that person like kindred. You're seen by that person of someone that understands that time, or that understands social trends maybe, or that could be something for some of you. So with the Three of Staves and the wheel, you've been waiting for the wheel to turn, you've been waiting for that pentacle that you've been planting under the sun, under the positivity that you want to reinvent yourself in a nice and happy way, in a way that feels comfortable. And even that makes a lot of sense. Actually, a couple of decades ago, people used to work much less and actually be able to afford much more than what we can afford, and they had a way more comfortable life without working so many hours. So that makes a lot of sense, that collectively we want to go back to that time, because things are out of balance right now. So with the Three of Staves of waiting for a change, of course, with the Five of Swords, as I was saying, there's an energy, and the Two of Coins of being careful not to get involved with conflict of other people, or the people doing shady things, or things that you don't feel go with your morals. Just be careful that you're not engaging in that you're not putting your vote on that, and that they're not shaking you out of your shoes, or out of your comfortable, peaceful mood either. Again, sorry, with the Devil energy, then again, it's a reminder that there's probably gonna be temptations to falter, to get in conflict with other people, especially through messages. Communications could be a bit aggressive or triggering. Possibly with the Three of Swords, quite hurtful, and the Eight of Swords, where you feel you're not sure. I mean, maybe so hurtful that you don't know even what to say. So be careful not to engage with conflictive people during this time. Don't get into their health. Five of Staves. There's of course there's gonna be conflictive energy, or there's gonna be competition. Maybe people with the same level of skills that you have, that are gonna be analyzed for a job application, because we're with this is Taurus. And with the Ten of Coins, if this is you, if you've been waiting for to get ahead on any kind of competition, because it's something important for you to make your coin, for your financial stability, and especially if it's important for you and your family, there's great chances of actually getting through and of being the winner of whatever you were applying to get in a comfortable situation. Again, we have the Six of Coins, like the other tarot deck, which is actually that extending your compassion to others is what's going to show as a value that's going to put you ahead of the competition in whichever way that might show. With the Four of Cups and the Four of Coins, I'm getting this energy that for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as well as the collective for in a way of make our coin, just be careful that during this end of September and until October 22nd, if you are being given a gift, if you've been given an opportunity, someone offers you maybe a job position or a project, be careful that you're not rejecting something that is nice because you're vibing with the negative vibe of the people around you. Maybe you might not see an opportunity because you let people bum you out or egg you out from another situation or from something related, and you might be closed. So don't be open to new possibilities, because with the Queen of Cups and Venus having an influence right now, a strong influence on the planet, on the zodiac sign, on the houses, there's great chances of blessings coming through with the Queen of Cups and the universe. And here the universe is the world. This is a very Quanjing energy, which I was telling you about, that I was feeling of the world, of the universe, kind of giving you the advice to be compassionate, and that compassion is going to reap great rewards. With the Star in the reverse, it's going to be something, and the Ace of Staffs in the reverse, and the Two of Staffs. Don't think that maybe something that comes along that seems like very small, like a small opportunity, is actually going to be a great blessing in disguise. It's going to be a place where you actually have the opportunity to be, to have power to create, to be creative, where you're not being something totally different from what you used to do before, where there's definitely more room for change. There's not like a closed set of rules. It's a lot of innovation, actually. With the Hanging Ghost, that's that's actually the Hangman, as creepy as it looks in this deck. It's an actual hanged person or spirit. It's a time of waiting, yet so you might have been and because all the planets are in retrograde, you might have been in a moment of pause, of wanting like you've been planting, maybe you've been actually planting, and you know that takes time. So, but don't be dissuaded that because you're not seeing the sprouts, that is not working out, because there's actually during this time, during the Libra season, an opportunity with this uncertainty that is being created at this time because of all the shifting of how by the crumbling down of economies, and by the crumbling down of paradigms, by the crumbling down of how we used to see work, by the crumbling down of how we used to see our lifetime before, like how short our lives are, our lifespan can be before and after the pandemic. It's a great time of changes, of radical changes, changes at a global sense, that are, of course, lots of butterflies effects of what happens, something that is critical in one country is of course having an effect on the entire planet and all of our societies, and it's also making us realize to become more empathical about the other human beings that are having trouble, because more people have had more trouble than before, and that is making us more compassionate as to what it feels to go through difficult times, and that opens our hearts to realize how important it is to have a nicer planet for everyone, so that it is actually more comfortable for everyone, because if not, it's going to get a bit uncomfortable. But with that energy of chaos, of things falling down, there's also those great opportunities of things being built. And it is especially during that in-between time that there's going to be great moments to manifest, to use that energy of visualizing what you want, Taurus, sun, moon, or rising, as well as us. If you're a person that is in between jobs, this is a great time to manifest, to align, to have patience that you're going to find the right job, or to, and this is not only because Taurus, and remember we're talking about Taurus. Taurus is practical. This is not only about being visualizing and just praying for the best. I mean, Taurus does pray for the best, but they are the best they are at, as in their discipline. Every day, day by day, every little step counts, and they know the power of every little action actually is what builds great temples and great things that are still long lasting. So, but we're in that energy, especially where we can visualize and we can direct, we can investigate, we can network, and then we start working on day by day, like with the Taurus energy, to manifest practicality and comfort into our lives with a plan that we have to follow, like at least most days. You can ask Taurus. I mean, they're good with discipline, but that doesn't mean they don't take time to rest. Of course they do, actually. It's one of the signs that likes, that enjoys or finds a lot of treasure and comfort in rest and in good things in life. So it is a great time to bring that energy from Jupiter and applying it into the Venus that you have, Taurus, and that we all have, of beauty, of aesthetics, of comfort, of the Empress, of aligning with, very much aligning with the Empress energy, of bringing that energy from the universe through our hearts, through our skills, and being patient in manifesting that empire that we want to manifest. And that empire, actually, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and for all of us, it's actually being comfortable. It's actually feeling like we are creating our lives and we're conducting them, and we have power over how each of our days look like, and our days off, and how many vacation days we want to have, in a sensible, practical way, of course, because we live in society. But that's that energy of being able to create the life that you want, and this actually during this month of Libra season being a time where you can actually configure, you can start to canalize. You're actually going to see the opportunities for what you've been planting to get where you want to get to, that new life that you want to manifest, and that you know that you really that's where you need to know, that's where you need to go. And the last cards that I wanted to show you was this is actually, and also the Four of Pentacles was here. There's actually a play of the following, of having to let go with the Four of Pentacles of our comfort zone, or letting go of something, or in doing things by the way we always do them, about probably innovation, doing something different, and or maybe even expanding a bit of our energy when we were feeling tight, or we were feeling like we wanted to withdraw. But that little compassion that you give, and that opening up, which doesn't mean that you have to open yourself totally, but just that vulnerability that you allow yourself to have, or that you let go as well, and kind of like let go and let God kind of thing, in that quenching and like being the calmness in the storm. That energy is going to bring you exactly where you need to be, or it's going to show you as a leader to a position that you wanted to get, or to you're going to be put into into a great place where you're going to be actually I'm sorry, Mercury retrograde, where you're going to get, where your efforts, where your that discipline that you put day by day is going to reap great rewards, where it's going to be, where you're working smarter, not harder, where your Eight of Pentacles become Ten of Pentacles very quickly, because the Eight of Pentacles can also be an energy of like the middle class. You work every month and you get a certain amount of salary every month, but it doesn't increase. But this is an energy of increase, actually, where whatever you plant is going to produce like at least double or triple of the efforts, and it's going to get you in a very comfortable place where you feel you don't have to work that hard to get that comfort and luxury that you want to manifest. I hope you like that, Taurus. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Like, share, subscribe to support more content like this. And my details are in the description below if you'd like to book a reading. And blessings to you all, Taurus, and for all of us in all of our second house endeavors. Blessings.